Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Can you guess what I'm filming today? So, as you can tell, your girl needs to clean her vanity. This is what my makeup space looks like after 3 days of me doing my makeup and not putting away my crap. So I figured, it's a perfect day for me to film and show you what mess I have in store. I also provide a little insight on how I store my makeup stuff and how I arrange my makeup as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you get some little tips and tricks on how you can store your makeup, and also please enjoy my sick, congested voice. Yes, ta-da! This is what I'm working with. So the first step that I do every single time that my vanity is this much of a mess is that I literally just wipe everything off that does not belong there. I do put my foundations aside, and as well I do put away my brushes since it's easy to put that stuff away. I do make sure that everything that I'm putting in the box is closed, but as you can tell, that NYX powder was broken. I also did have empty packaging of palettes. Who knows where I brought that Anastasia palette from. I find that when I pace myself this way when it comes to cleaning up my vanity, I don't overwhelm myself and I tend to finish cleaning it up within that same day. So the next area that I'm cleaning up is where I typically keep my concealers, powders, eyeliners, and brow stuff, which is that first drawer. So this isn't really like a vanity desk, it's just like a desk that I converted into a vanity. I mean, it's either or, you can do whatever you want. But I found this desk really cheap at Goodwill, so it was a perfect little area for me to just store my makeup stuff in. Now in this area I have a bad habit of just sticking stuff in there that does not belong in there. So that's what you see me doing, is pulling stuff out that I have just put in there for the past 3 days. Alright, so here is a closer look at this drawer. In that first basket I keep my mascaras, eye primers, eyeliners, and brow stuff. I keep all my pressed powders on the side because it just makes it much cleaner for storage. And in that little bucket I keep all these skin samples like primers and whatnot. That's where I keep all my setting powders. Now for my concealers, I do separate them from drugstore to high-end just because it makes it easier for me to pick out a concealer. Now ignore that, I need to clean that. It is so messy. I just literally throw everything in there. I'm so ridiculous. Now in this side area is where I keep all my setting sprays, drugstore and high-end, and as well where I tend to keep all my new makeup that I've purchased that I haven't had a chance to open. And then in the very bottom area is where I actually keep all my travel bags. Well, not all of them. These are just like my favorite ones that I like to use. So I'm just real quick organizing that because as y'all can tell, I was just throwing them on the side. So now the second step that I do is I organize everything that's in that box by category. Highlighters, eyeshadow palettes, etc, etc. Now I am putting all my brushes that I keep finding in random places in that gray bag because I did have some other brushes that I traveled with in there. And then on the same note of finding random stuff, here we go. I have a whole bunch of lip products that I did not put away for when I had went to go visit some family 2 weekends ago. So finally, we emptied the box. So the first category that I'm going to start off with is bronzers. I'm just reorganizing some of my bronzers that I have like kind of in the way. And as well, I am seeing that there's a highlighter palette in there, but I'm just ignoring it for now. Or I guess not. So in this next drawer, I keep all my face palettes. It is pretty jam-packed as it is. I really need to start moving things around like I just did right now, just because I really can't fit a lot more stuff in there. Now this palette right here is basically a depotted Tarte palette that I had. It came in a big old bulky packaging, and it was just easier for me to depot it and put it in something more realistic that I can kind of travel with and stuff like that. I really do enjoy Tarte products because the blushes are a bit long lasting, but they're also really pretty. To be honest, I really don't know what I was doing. I just realized that I didn't even really organize it. All I did was just waste time. So, sorry. So this next drawer is, I believe, my heaviest one of all. That's why I had to remove it and place it on the ground because I just felt like it was just going to collapse on me. So with this drawer, I did have to reorganize the way that I have these highlighters originally set up, so that way I can fit more of those bulky highlighters that are taking a lot of space. I really do need to declutter these just because I know there's quite a few in there that I haven't used, and I know that they're not perfect for my skin tone. So hopefully a declutter can be coming here soon. In this drawer, I have a lot of eye stuff in here. I have like mascaras, eyeliners, liquid eyeliners, some liquid glitters, some eyeshadow stick bases, liners, and I believe that's kind of it. So I'm just doing the same process here where I'm just dumping everything out and just organizing it. I'm separating my brow stuff, my liners, some mascaras, and as well some eye primers. So in this bucket, I did remove my Stila glitters and also some other eyeshadow bases that I found. And I actually ended up joining all my pencil liners and my liquid eyeliners together, since I figured it made most sense. And in this last bucket right here, I ended up just putting all my glitters, all my glitter bases, anything sparkly in this bucket. And in the last bucket, I finally decided to put some brow stuff and as well eyeshadow bases there. Now I did decide to actually go through some of my brow stuff and just rotate them around because I was getting into a habit of using the same brow stuff, the same primer stuff, so I figured this was a good way to just change things up a bit. So right here, I'm just putting away all my facial sprays that I had on top of my vanity. But I did come back to this area and I actually organized all my high-end facial sprays on one side. And on the other side, I did combine all my drugstore facial sprays as well. I did want to point out that in that little bucket I just moved, I did have all my lip scrubs and chapsticks in there. Now as far as for my foundations, I do have them organized from high-end to drugstore. Now I do have quite a bit of drugstore foundations, so I do have those as well organized from size of bottle, just because I'm able to fit more foundations that way. In this section right here is where I keep all my primers in general. High-end, drugstore, they're all mixed together. So what I normally keep in this area is some rags to wipe down my brushes. I keep in the very back some perfume samples that you can see, and in that gray bucket there is where I keep all the items that I have used up. In that Benefit little bag, well, it's not really little, but it's medium size, I keep all my samples that I have been accumulating that I received through Ulta, Sephora, wherever it is. Normally, it does look way better, but like I said, what I was doing before was just chunking everything in there and was not cleaning it up. So that round basket, the purpose of it was for whenever I did do my makeup and I didn't have time to put it up right then and there, I would put everything in that basket so that way I can keep my vanity clean. And then the smaller basket next to it is where I just end up dumping off my dirty sponges that I need to clean. So this is where I store my lipsticks. I do try to organize them by shades of color range. So at the very top I have kind of nude pinks, then I have the brownish tones, and then I have the dark colored lipsticks. But I am purchasing too many lipsticks now, so it is overflowing. So I do want to see if I can find a better storage that's cheap, or if not, I do really need to declutter some of these lipsticks that I really don't use anymore. So this is where I keep the rest of my lip products. I keep my lip glosses, my liquid lipsticks, lip liners, lip pencils, and I think that's about it. Alright guys, so if you have made it this far, you are a real one. So we finally have the last items to organize, which are my eyeshadow palettes. Now I know I do have quite a lot. Don't kill me. But I just really do love eyeshadow palettes. I love collecting them. I actually do keep the boxes as well. I know it's a little excessive, but you know, everybody has their own way of loving makeup, and this is just how I love it. Now, I do have them organized in alphabetical order of brand, so it does make it easier whenever I'm looking for a certain palette, and as well, I get to see what I have. So anytime that I'm going for a certain look, I'm able to easily pick out that palette. I don't feel like any of my palettes are hiding, or any of my palettes I can't see or anything like that, so I really do enjoy this way of organizing my eyeshadow palettes specifically. Yay! We have the end result, which it is, I would say, about 85% better. It's not 100%, but slowly get there. Now, normally I do have my brushes way more organized than that. I just really need to clean them. I haven't cleaned them in a while. But I do thank you for joining me in this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please enjoy my hand gestures. Let me know down below if you guys are excited or if you guys want to see a declutter video, because I really need to do that. Alright guys, so don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and as well click the notification button so that way you don't miss next upload. We'll see you on the next one.